they brought to me is, let me get it straight here, provided. It came to me while I was thinking about us thinking that a lot of us stating that we believe we got that single mentality, like it's just us. And it's not, we don't have our person or our divine counterpart there along with us. And they brought to me, they were saying, yeah, but you should really actually say your status is provided, because they have already have provided our divine counterpart to be there with us. And it's like, it's not like we got to be looking. It's like they were saying, like, if you keep on saying that you're single to them is looking like you don't have nobody, you have no person. Like, I won't keep on looking like Mary J. Blige. I'm gonna keep on searching and looking for that real love. And they're like, it ain't no Mary J. Blige. I'm searching for a real love. Someone said my heart, real love. Hey, searching for a real love. I got to find a real love. So they said, you don't have to do that, because we already went and found that person for you. So they're saying more so provided. What we have to be is patient. And patient means just doing you, but not with the expectations of looking and seeing what's going on with the divine masculine, or wanting him to draw closer, or wanting him to do certain things or show up in our lives in a certain way. That's the major issue that we have. Once I got a control of that with my DM, I was able to be able, that's why I'm in constant communication like it is. It's just like, I feel myself doing that, and I have to literally tell myself, release him, release it. He got to show up the way he want to show up. He got to show up the way he want to show it. Yesterday I had kind of like a relapse of kind of like old ways. That's why it's like, where's this coming from? Because I know better. If I've gotten to the point that I don't do this clingy stuff. So it was something in the recesses underneath me, and I think it was because of with my dad and everything, and it made me start thinking about, okay, he's tangible. I can, because a lot of ways their energy is similar to DM and my dad, and so it made me feel like, I was like, okay, I cling on to you, and and I know better with him to just kind of let him go ahead and express himself and show up the way he wanted to kind of show up. A lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we take things very personal when it comes to the divine masculine. A lot of times what's going on with the divine masculine ain't really got nothing to do with you. It's so much of a layer of other stuff. Like my mom used to say, I got so much on my mind, I ain't even thinking about what it ain't got really nothing about you. Stop. She always used to tell me, stop saying and thinking that it's got to do with you, because a lot of times, sometimes it's not. Or stop trying to think for me. And I think that's a lot of times, that's the issue. I hope you see me. Hold on 1 second. Fish. Yeah, food for thought. Well, I am giving you food for thought. We got fish there. A lot of times, it causes an issue because we try to think for them. And I think that's an issue that's going on with the divine feminines across the board, that we keep on trying to say, BB, okay, that's me. 44, get grounded, Trinity in alignment, have harmony, and use intuition and awareness. Okay, thank you. That's like a footnote they're trying to remind me. We get so much into thinking about, how they thinking, or thinking that's the way they think. The way we think is the way they think, and it's not. We get it twisted. We understand that that's like our other half, or for lack of better, to be like, no, they ain't our better half, but they are our half, nonetheless. And we have to remember that they're not going to show up the way we want to. We keep on wanting them to actually do that, but they're not going to do that at all. And like I said in the thing, the video got cut off, and I did see that this morning. I was like, what was I about to say before Mom called me about the Super Bowl? And Dad had told me the other day, he's like, don't worry about it, because like I said, if you see my other videos, our tradition is he usually will call me and say, Regina, the Super Bowl is on, and I guess so they say, like, first key. Just release it. He said, I got you. Don't worry about it. Somebody's going to call you and let you know. So I'm thinking it's the DM. I thought, oh, the DM. I was crying him yesterday. He going to be the one that's going to call me and tell me the Super Bowl. Oh, so while I'm videotaping, lo and behold, who calls me? It's Mom. Super Bowl on. I said, click. I said, I'm gone. Now, see, I'm looking for a one-way. I'm expecting the DM. I figure he going to come in, put his Superman cape on, answer it, and it's like, it's a nada. Okay, well, you didn't show up. You would have thought that. Now, that's how I would have did it. Like, okay, he seemed like he really in pain about his dad passing. I'm going to call when the Super Bowl is. I'm not interested in football like that. But I'll try to watch to make sure, just in case if he busy with work, that I can tell him the Super Bowl on and maybe he can catch it. Now, that's how I would have did it. That ain't his makeup. You know, got to remember we're a mirror. We're opposite, you know. Him and the emotional thing, I could tell the way how you reacted yesterday. Emotional ain't his stick. It just ain't his forte on that. Because for somebody, like I said, I'm talking to you in the middle, you done switch and start talking about some issues going on with you. Unless you saying making this a pity party, like, yeah, well, this going on with me, and then yada, yada, yada. To me, that's a signal to me that somebody it got a little problems with showing themselves. Come on, you going to do it anyway. Somebody got a problem showing themselves emotionally. Shit, because evidently you can't see me. I can't, well, you can't see what I can see. You're blind, baby. You're blind to the fact of it. So yeah, on the right side, I always remember, that's what my student told me. The right side of the trucks, they blind, they can't see at all. At all. So, you know, they just doing the sign of the cross and they coming over. So a lot of times, maybe that's like the divine masculine. That's how they feel, like when it comes to emotion. They just like, this is so very foreign. That's such a blind side to me. I don't know nothing about going on with that at all. At all. I don't know that concept. Very foreign. And that's a lot of pretty much the terminology that the DMs always bring that to me. Like it's a foreign concept. And when they mean that, they mean that they don't not familiarize with it. While I was doing meditation, I do have the ability to, that's another gift of mine, is to tap into people who have passed on. That's why I'm able to zap into Dad so much. And talk. Look on my community tab, you'll see there where I show you, and I asked Dad, I said, you know, give me some proof so I can have people be believers that, you know, that the people who've passed on, it's just like it's not a done deal. Like, you know, if you really do believe it and you open up the thing, you can open up the area for them to manifest things. That's why a lot of times, sometimes you get people that say, I found money, pennies, coins, things of that nature. They know how to manipulate and do some things that they can manifest those things. Don't ask them for no, well, I don't know. It depends on how big your manifestation power, and they can tap into it. That they like say, I want $1 million to appear right now, but they will send you signals. Like this morning, I seen the cardinal again. I could hear the song is saying, you know, to me, a message to me personally, and then the van in front of me say, Daddy. I said, okay, now you just showing out. Now you doing extra, because him and I have jokey jokes like that. That's just our thing. We have jokes like that. And so you see on the community tab where I show you when I asked that to give me a sign, things that let you know that loved ones are still here and that they can be able to manipulate and change the atmosphere, you know, to give you messages, you know, tangible messages. So I showed you that with the license plate that said that. So this is nothing that I can do that I do. My thing is that I just confessed it on my end, is that I'm scared that it's going to get like Whoopi Goldberg. I'm going to be seeing them. They ain't going to let me get no rest. And so that's a lot of times I can see the angels like saying like, okay, stop. She ain't ready for you. Just go on back over there yonder, because she that's scared. We want her to be comfortable with the gift, but we don't want to overwhelm her. So just go back over there. So this morning I tapped in and I started there, and I don't know why it was. I was like, I really want to know, what is it with the DM? What makes them, because all of us, what it is that we're scared to trust that they're going to want to make the change. You know, we keep on talking about this free will and expression. And that's the one thing that's like a not missing pieces of puzzle, but that is true. That's not helping us to put it in there right. But it's also like a wild card to this whole game that we're playing here. It's like, okay, I know I got a full hand. I know I can win it. And I slap it down. I know I got the trump card on everything because he's my twin. He belongs to me. He's the other half of me, of course. Just like a tracker like you will want to go ahead and go back to what is something that resembles or something that resonates with you. That's just the law of everything. However, the issue is that, you know, we got this free will thing. You know, will he? Okay, now. All right, now. You know, we all want to get there. I like to get there. You had this free will experience that kind of talks to you like, nah, I'm comfortable right where I am. And, you know, the universe is very respectful. They say, go on. But we will put some roadblocks to make you say, okay, we let you do it your way, but sometimes we put things in there to make you go a certain way, you know, until you understand. It's like, okay, we respect you. And then again, it's like, no, what's like they say, cardinal health? What's the cardinal rule? What's the cardinal mission of the thing that you're supposed to set our objective as far as why you're here? We have to give you reminders because you forget. And so Kobe Bryant's spirit came to me, and I was asking him, what made you, because we know that when Kobe Bryant had started off, you know, he had that big case about him and the young lady in the hotel, and she said he took advantage of her, yada, 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 and they settled out of court. And I wanted to know from the Kobe Bryant that we seen at the end, what caused him to be able to have that transformation? Because that's really something, it really a black box. Okay, if we take flight, you know, what is it that caused him to make that, like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get fully invested in it, as far as this being with Vanessa, which is his wife. And I was like, what made it? And then, you know, again, what made the difference? Again, he's like, it was love, it was accountability, you know, him being the sign that he is, because I think Bob told me he was a Virgo, Leo, Virgo, cusp kind of thing. And all those things, that's why I say about astrology, you know, I know some people say that, you know, that don't have nothing to do with it. That's bull shit, really. That's why I can tell me in the Divine Master, I don't do a lot of cursing, but he do. That's bullshit. That it does have, because that's a blueprint to as to who you are and the energies that kind of make up you, okay? And so that is a very big, hold on one second, because I want to make sure this red car ain't thinking about coming over. Okay, they make up you, and you kind of get an understanding. Of course, we made of all different other things on our chart and house and things that make us a little bit more unique than all, but it's still resonant, and it's still just like cars. Cars got wheels, cars got steering wheel. You know, when the powers that be created us, it's some things is blueprinted that it's all, everybody got the same thing. You know, it's the way of how it's expressed, just like in every car, like this Audi, like this Subaru I'm driving. You know, everybody got the same thing, but it might be the design of it's different. And that's what it would cause for you talking about the different astrologies. Okay, so with him having that and those Leo and there's Virgo has that want to be perfectionist. You know, that helps to derive that. So he was saying that again with love, that caused him, because again, he was all out in the media, everything that he had did. He was young. He had did this out of media. It really had made him to have accountability. He couldn't sidestep it. He had embarrassed his family, like he had said. He embarrassed his wife, and you know, everything about just make this wrong decision. Plus, he was young. He was like, you know, in so many words, like Mom and I had said, he was just young about that. And so the first key of knowing knowing, you know, hey, love. I love myself. I love myself to know I done came too far. You know, if you heard his poem, The Basketball Dream, Dear Basketball, you will see the love of it. And you know, I didn't really got off track with that tower moment, which was a big tower moment that came along also with an aha moment. It caused him to say, you know what, I got to make some changes. You know, I'm seeing people, that came out his own mouth, I seeing people looking at me as a role model. I got children, I got adults, everybody looking at me. And you know, and then I got this family. I done hurt my wife. I see how that didn't hurt her. And I want to turn around and make myself become truly invested. From that moment on, from that tower moment, from that dojo situation, which is helping him to learn the way, which means what's the path of true enlightenment, what's the path of really truly getting in touch with who you are and what he was really actually sent to be. He got off track. He lost the way, messing with whatever the young lady in the hotel and how that all came about, which causes him to in turn to say, I got to get more heavily invested. He said, I became more invested in it from that point on. As far as my relationship, about my career, how I went about things, how I portrayed myself in the media, how people looked at me, my image, the whole thing. Then I became a father and I had these kids. And he said, and then lo and behold, the universe really set forth a memo to remind me at all times. He surrounded me with girls. I cracked up laughing. I said, yeah. He said, girls all around me, which was another thing to say, remind yourself, just in case if you forget, remember that you don't want any kind of man coming along treating your daughters that way. You've got to be the role model of how a man should treat your daughter. And from that point on, it's like, yeah, the way I'm doing things and how I'm doing it forth in life is that I'm setting a blueprint for everything. And so that's why you said that he was like, you know, I had constant reminders around me about let's not slide back, because I was doing it more so just for more than just myself. I'm doing it for my legacy, which was for my daughters, and that's what caused them to push me to be a better man through that, and was seeing with my daughters. And I was like, I got it. He's like, okay. Then the transmission talking to him. So my thing is, our divine masculines have got to go through these things because we want them at a point, and I was talking to all the divine masculines after that point. They say, you want us at a point in which we are invested, just like Kobe, in what we are actually into this relationship. You don't want us when we half in, half foot in, like that fool's journey card that I could see starting at zero, where you got 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, 1 foot, some of the cards is kind of different, they show me. One of them ready to take the leap off the edge, and 1 foot still on the ground, not lie, maybe I can stay right here. You know, you want them to actually go forth and to go and power through. Excuse me, thank you. And actually make the moves. Make that move right now, baby. So you don't want your divine masculine kind of teeter-tottering, you know. And that is why the universe said, be patient. Go ahead and go work on yourself. Go off and do some things while we go and work on him. That's how you all mirror each other. It's not to sit up there and be saying, you know, what is he doing right now? You know, all those things. Let him go ahead and be, because if you know that the universe is guaranteeing you, they're saying, you go work on you. That's a guarantee that we'll go work on him. Trust us that that's what we're going to do. Release it. Don't think about what's going on with us, because that's really not your job. And that's the same thing like even with my station, my channel. You know, I keep on looking at the numbers and the numbers and numbers. I was in what Jupiter 1111 said, in hustle mode. I got to do this video. I got to do this video. I got to do this video. And then I was seeing my numbers all of a sudden go down. 30 people viewed, 20. I said, what the heck going on here? And it's like, well, you in the wrong mode. You hustling. That's not your job. It's not your will to take over and to make it happen. That's our job. Your job is to do it. You did the video, then you let us go find the people. Hold on a second. So I gotta get on. Hold on. That's not our job for you to go will these people to you. It's your job to do what we just said, which was the video, be a channel for the message, and it's for our job to go out there and go find the people that need to hear your message. That's not it. That's not your job, see? And that's half our issue. We out there trying to do their job, and we don't have the qualifications. Let me just kind of tell you, maybe if you don't know that. It might have got me down, but that's all right. I'm off now. That's not our job. That's the issue, and that's what we're talking about. Free will can also be looked at that. It's just like free and just let God's will or the universe's will to be done. That's another thing that we might have gotten our understanding is a little bit off when we talk about free will too. That's another way you can look at it, because a lot of times, like I say, things have double meaning, and a lot of times when they do, things get lost sometimes in translation too. But that's something that just came to. Oh, it's 41 out here. That's something that just came to me as well. That free will is like let your will be done. So next time when you hear that, say, okay, well, I'm gonna turn it around and flip it for my good, which means let the universes or the powers that be will be done in this situation, and just sit back. That is our issue. And like I said, if you come from that mindset, okay, I'm doing it. I'm trusting you, universe, to go ahead and go do that, because you already said that it belongs to me. I don't have to. I got to be like a sparrow and just believe that you bringing me my daily bread, or you bring me what is, because what actually belongs to me, you're gonna bring back to me. There's nothing such as being lost about things. He doesn't know his way, because I can see that chemical, that attraction card, and we already through the energies are attracted to each other. Then it's really nothing for me to be able to do, because see, if I get in there and start doing things, start worrying, start willing it to be so, I'm gonna throw the whole thing off track. So it might as well as I just go off and do what I got to do, because you're letting the universe, I see, and they showed me before, you almost just like a blacksmith. You're letting the universe really pound your divine counterpart. It doesn't matter if it's divine masculine or divine feminine. I only speak that because that's the experience that I come from. But you're letting them go ahead and just pound them like a blacksmith and shape them and mold them and put the heat on them so he can be able to bend them. And that's what they're saying. And that's why, they got to go through those experiences. Like Kobe has said, I had to go through that stuff, because that made me to be a better man. I became more grounded and rooted in where I was, is that concept of being a better man, being a family man, being a better husband, better wife. Because my understanding, I did not know this, and I guess this is getting gossipy and spilling on that I did not know. Mom had told me that Kobe's family, they ain't too keen on Vanessa either. They like, she ain't our favorite. So in order, if he wishy-washy and he's still in that mind frame, that would keep him perpetually keep on looking on the outside for other people. When my family say they don't like her, I'm going to keep her because she got mother and my children. I'm going to keep her happy. But then I'm going to keep on finding me somebody on the side, to do that. You don't want that kind of mentality. That's why, again, when you all get into union, I keep on kind of warning you all that the stuff and all these challenges, the outside stuff, don't stop. Some of you all might get into these, might experience where you're in a relationship with your DL and you're getting issues from family members, friends that ain't too cool on, I should have turned, but that's all right, ain't too cool on you being with the divine masculine. Now, divine masculine is still in that mindset that's wavering, and in like what Kobe talking about, I'm cemented in it, I'm highly invested in this, where I am, then that's going to cause a problem, because again, that's going to cause him to be able to waver. You want him to say, I done been through the fire, I done been through hell and high water to be with my divine counterpart. That's what my friend had told me one time. She's saying, your dad, in this picture, I'm looking at him, and he looked like he's saying that, my God, I've been through everything to get to this point to be with her. My God, I can breathe now. And so that's the point that you want him to be at is like, I'm invested. I know what I've been through, and I don't like hell, I don't want to go back through that again. I don't want us to be separated. You want him to be able to push his sleeves up and say, I'm in this to win it. That's why you want them to also go through those dojo or those karmic situations that you all call it, because you want them to be able to say, I remember, and I got like the shakes of PTSD. Think about going back into them type of damn karmic situations or them dojo situations where it helped me to learn the way. I done found the way. You ain't got to worry about me thinking about going back to that person or finding me nobody else, because I've been to too damn much to get to where I am, to be with this beautiful person here that I know that's got my back. They done showed me. They was with me when the dojo partner was like, kiss my ass on a lot of things. They wasn't there for me. I thought it was, and they showed me in so many ways like what unconditional love was. And you think I'm gonna mess this up, and now the powers that be, a God or Allah, is giving me this chance to be with her? Hell no, I ain't thinking about doing that. That's food. I want to go in here and spend the rest of my days growing old with her. That's what the point that you want him. He'll be talking to himself. Well, that's true. That might be divine masculine. Might even be up there at the point that he talks to himself. This man had a full-fledged conversation. Hell no, I ain't doing that. That's why I picture you want me to have that. Let me talk myself out of there. That's stupid as hell. I ain't doing that crap. I'm not doing that. So that's the kind of thing you want him to be able to check his own self and have that dialogue that helps him to get back on track. Not that conversation, yeah, man, go on here. They my family, right? She ain't about, what they saying, they seeing right. You have to let them know they've been with you and they've been through all this stuff to be able to know their heart, and they know your heart. And that's why they have to go through these different situations so they can become stronger. And so while they're doing that, you should be willing to say, okay, I'm going to go in here and do the work. I trust you. That's why I'm having the trust workshop, because, again, the issue of we having trusting of the divine masculine is, again, showing that we have trust in the powers that be. Something that we cannot see. That's really, they're mirroring that issue, because, again, what's going on with the DM, if you be really serious and you sit down, you will say, yes, it is also reflecting that. Because we got to remember, again, in this divine twin or divine unisouls relationship, it's helping you to get a better relationship with your God or whoever the powers of your source. And through this, it's helping you to bring you back to source. And also, how would that be able to, that would also be mirrored through your divine counterpart as well. And so this is why it is important for you to understand that the way you are feeling or connecting to your counterpart is also in a way, and this is controversial, I'm going to trigger some people, because I could be say, hell no, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Yes, it is. It's still another branch of the relationship that you have with your own source. The trust issues, trusting that they gonna manifest, trust they gonna come through, trust they gonna do what they say that they promise. I've had it. That's why, now I gotta go because I'm almost getting close to work. The video had stopped when Mom had called me. I want to say this is trigger alert, and this might get some ruffle some feathers. Some of you divine feminines that's out there. I've seen one day, in a weekend, myself, Divine Pisces 222, and some other people offer some readings on live. Wait for me to return. Same people, and I love you dearly. Yes, indeed. One. That's what in the powers that be say. Yes, indeed. You're going from one reader to another reader to get readings. And your codependency is showing when you're doing that. You say, man, ain't my codependency ain't showing. I just want to get some clarity. Yes and no. Because when you get a reading from anybody, that's just like you went to Divine Pisces 222. She gave you the answer. You're supposed to go take that information and go chew on that and then go and dissect it and see what could you do on your end to fix it. You're looking on the outside, and the source keeps on telling you all, you can't continuously look on the outside for the answers. You have the answer. You got to remember that when you're going to these readers again, they're coming from their own experience. You also remember that you're getting the information from 50 is coming down. Some of that stuff gets filtered. Some of that stuff does come straight through like cocaine 100%. Oh, her hair is pretty. It gets there 100%, and it does come straight down. Some of it don't, depending on your day and what's going on with that reader. Let's keep it. We gotta remember that they're humans. That does happen, okay? You know, and sometimes it's like, even with me, they say that's not quite how we explained it. You kind of missed the point, and that make me, and that's why I get a fork in the road, which they're telling me come back to that, because that's not really the way we wanted you to go. You went down the wrong way. And then you always see me backtrack and say, come back, let me come back and go the other way. Instead of going left, I should have went right on that turn. And I'll back up the car, the spiritual car, and go the other way. And it's like, yeah, that's the way we wanted you to actually go. So you got to remember that. Some of them don't. Some of them might get hard-headed and say, nah, I'm going to stay left because I feel like this is the way it is, the spirit, not. So that's why I say you doing kind of playing Russian roulette with that. And you got to get to the point you got to trust. They go back to that trust. You don't trust yourself for the answers. I had to stop myself, and I do a confession about myself. It was once upon a time that when I was first starting off doing with this journey with my twin, I mean, I was calling, like maybe spending like $200 and maybe even plus in a week's time, trying to find answers about him. Why is he doing this? Why did he say that? Why did he go on here and say he was going to do this, but then he didn't answer? And then he went on ahead and did the total opposite of what he said he was going to do. You know, and I was spending money on my divine masculine, trying to find answers. Sometimes it get to the point that I would do it, and then it go totally opposite. They're like, okay, maybe we could do those spans where we were in separation. He would talk to me, and they were like, okay, he gonna talk to you tomorrow. Then I was like, okay, well, I looked on Facebook. He with XYZ. He said he wasn't with XYZ. Why did he say he was? He gonna call me? He didn't call me. He with that girl. And so that would push it off. I call it kicking cans, because you get to a point energetically when you keep calling in these psychics. The universe has a way of it start changing it. They don't believe it, so let's start making it the way that they keep on believing that it is happening. We told her that he was gonna call, but she keep on believing it's this third party energy in it. So now let's make it manifest, because you didn't willed it to be so. So you just might as well go ahead and just go and give her what she want, because she don't even believe it the way we said that he gonna call, and he ain't really thinking about her, but she keep on believing that he is. So just give it to her, because she keeps on manifesting it. So after a while, you're like, well, what the hell happened? It's getting worse, it's getting worse. It used to be time, it get worse, it get worse. I spend more money, and then I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, you know, until I got to the point that I have to even stop myself now and say, now, wait a second. You read it for everybody else. Let's get real. That means you got the answer. What makes you think you got the answer for everybody else, but you ain't got the answer for yourself? That's kind of damn backwards. That don't make no kind of sense. Okay? So my thing is understanding that you have the answer for the problem to appear. You have the solution. And you keep on asking these readers, you got to stop that. That's codependency being showed right there and there. You get angry with me, you can say I'm unsubscribed to her, but it's the truth. And when you sit there and it resonate with you for a while, you like, right, your addictions is showing. That's addiction. I was addicted. I could confess to that. I was spending $200 to $300, I tell you, in the beginning, trying to find answers to why my DM, I was almost about to say his real name, why he was acting the way that he was acting. You can't keep on doing that. Take that energy and go invest in yourself and taking you some classes or some workshops, or invest in your own business. They're going around to do that. Now it's okay, and let me say this, because like, you messing with my money. I can hear some readers saying that. It's okay for you to get an energy check in every now and then. Once a month. I had to give myself and tell myself, you can only check once a month. That's enough. Once a month. Do once a month check in. Do that. You know, tail it down. But if you looking in one weekend's time and you done got 3 readings for 3 different readers, something ain't pump the brakes, something ain't right about that. So my thing is that, you know, you can tell me, but you know when it's getting obsessive and when it's getting addictive. And that's where you've got to watch. Okay? Saying this in love, but I'm telling you, as a person who was a past psychic addict, there's always got to be, I got to know until I got to a point and I say, stop it. You got the answer. Stop looking on the outside. You just as gifted as any of these other people. You can come up with the answer, is it? Sit down, get centered, and check in with your heart what's going on with your divine masculine. He'll tell you because he's you. That's C3553. You don't need to keep on asking other people for the answers all the time. Infinity 7, and that's true. And to get spiritual completion, infinity. My thing is, or it could be information. Get the info for spiritual information. You can do that, but if you're gonna invest in some other stuff. You know, chakra clearance, things that help to benefit you to get you better. But just to also read. It's okay if you say, I just really don't have the clarity. I need to just kind of really get this understanding. That's fine. But when again, I'm getting hot, so I know this is spirit. But when it gets to the point that you're doing it, and it's just like, I just need answer, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right? Saying this in love. And again, you already been provided. You're not single. You have somebody. Be patient. Wait. Do things and fix yourself. And trust the spirit will bring you your highest good, which is your divine counterpart. All right? Have a sunshine-filled day. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.